So welcome to the Park MGM, well, NoMad should I say, and the, if I can say it right, Grande Premiere Room. So literally as we go in, we got the deadbolt on the door and then the latch there, and then straight ahead of you you've got these cupboards, and this one's got the safe in. Now I can't say I'm a massive fan of the safe being right as you come through the door, but I guess that's just personal preference, because if it was me, that's not where I'd think about putting a safe, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. And then to the right we have the bathroom, so it's just a single vanity there. You've got a little desk there for, I guess, makeup, getting ready. I certainly won't be using that, but probably handy if you're travelling with your wife. And then looks like a decent sized shower, and the loo is just behind there. Well, it's not separated, there's no door. Obviously there was Brits, we don't think anything of it because at home that's just what it's like. So it doesn't bother us, generally speaking, but I think obviously some Americans aren't used to sort of that concept. So if we go straight ahead, to the left we basically have the mini bar and all the bits that you can purchase. They don't seem to have price lists anymore for this type of stuff. I think you have to go on the TV or on the app, but they did used to have price lists. I don't know why they don't just make them a bit more reasonably priced, and then you might have them. Like, even if the Coke, like a can of Coke was a rip-off $3-4, you might still have it, but I'm sure they charge something daft like $8. So we have a little sink there, and then there's nothing sort of in these cupboards, they're just empty. And then going into the main room we have a big dining table, so comfortably seats for, actually feel like quite nice chairs then. And then you've just got another cabinet there with a couple of lights on, and then it's all sort of one, it's not separated like living bedroom, so it's all in one area. So we have the big TV there, it's probably at least sort of 50-55 inch TV looking at that, and then you've got a big seating area, which isn't the sort of style I'd go for, but it does look nice. Like, I wouldn't have that in my house, but here I think it does go well. And then obviously you've got a table there, and then if I swing round this way you've got the bath right in the middle of the room, so it's definitely a room more for couples, we'll say. There's not so much privacy in areas, but yeah, there's the bath, and then I guess you've got a little poofy next to the bath in case, I don't know, you want to sit there while your wife's in the bath. Opposite that you've got a work desk. It's got sort of a few charging points. It's actually got an Ethernet port there as well, whether it's active or not I don't know. And then you've got a nice view as you sat there looking out onto the back of New York. You could see Excalibur, Mandalay Bay, the W, T-Mobile Arena, and then all of the mountains as well. So it's quite a good view. You get to see like a good variety of things there. And then going into what you class as the bedroom, even though it's all sort of all in one, you've got what we're going to go for there, at least a king, possibly a super king bed, probably more a king bed at a guess. And then opposite that you've just got another TV. So overall it looks like a really nice room. Now how long it's staying the NoMad for is maybe another question, and whether they change anything or change the room names, if they do change the name from NoMad. I don't know. In my opinion it doesn't need renovating, so if they do work to this, like, I don't think it's in bad nick at all. So whether they do change the rooms, renovate them, I really don't know. But as it stands, this is a really nice room, and in my opinion, it doesn't need renovating. So whether they do when they change the name of the hotel, which sounds like inevitably it will happen, I don't know. But there you go. Hopefully that was helpful to somebody. And if you do book this room, I'm sure that you'll enjoy it. So literally just got back to the room, and this made me laugh. So I did play on my way back through. I didn't get a bonus. I put 500 through Grand Legends, just trying to hit on 25 spin, didn't work. So I've just went to get the stuff out of the safe, thought, fine. So it's bolted, you can see there, to this cabinet, not to the wall. So I was like, what happens? You can just take the cabinet. So yeah, that's made me laugh. So the safe's attached to the cabinet, so you could literally just put the whole thing on a trolley you're carrying. That's not a very secure safe, is it? Not that I suppose you'd have any issues, but yeah, it sort of defeats the objective of being a safe, doesn't it? So that's made me laugh.